Unit 8 terms to know: context, motivation, and mood. Approach goals. These are goals that a person must move toward or take steps to acquire. The goal is to attain something. Associative learning. A broadly defined class of cognitive and behavioral processes concerned with learning to associate two or more events or stimuli. Classical conditioning. For example, learning that sound predicts food is an example of associative learning. Avoidance goals. These are goals in which a person must avoid something in order to achieve the goal. An example would be avoiding actions that would lead to being terminated from a job. Cognitive bias. A cognitive bias is an example of a heuristic and results when our tendency to use cognitive shortcuts or quick available information leads us to respond in a systematically biased way. Cognitive flexibility, a general term that refers to high-level cognitive functioning and complex cognition involving the coordination of attention, working memory, and language. Cognitive flexibility can also be the ability to consider multiple solutions or outcomes to a certain task. Dual process theory, a theory put forth by Evans, Stanovich, Kahneman, and others, in which human thinking is characterized by a fast, intuitive mode, System 1, and a slower, more deliberative mode, System 2. Ego depletion, a theory which proposes that self-regulation and self-control are finite and can be depleted and replenished. Operationally, ego depletion is shown when a person engages in a cognitively demanding task, which depletes cognitive resources, and that reduces their performance on a subsequent task. Extrinsic motivation. Motivation to engage in an activity that is primarily generated by factors external to the person, such as a societal or employment obligation. Heuristic. A behavior, decision, or judgment that is generated by quick access to relevant knowledge. Relative to algorithms, heuristics are faster and usually, but not always, correct. Intrinsic motivation. Motivation to engage in an activity that is primarily self-generated, doing something because you want to do it. Prevention focus. A state or trait in which the individual is focused on possible losses in an environment. Promotion focus. A state or trait in which the individual is focused on possible gains in the environment. Regulatory fit. A state in which a personal regulatory focus, promotion or prevention, matches with the environment, gain or loss. When there is a state of regulatory fit, performance on certain tasks requiring cognitive flexibility might be enhanced. Regulatory focus. The state or trait concerned with how a person regulates goal attainment. This can be promotion focus or prevention focus. Regulatory mismatch. A state in which a personal regulatory focus, promotion or prevention, mismatches with the environment, gain or loss. When there is a state of regulatory mismatch, performance on certain tasks requiring cognitive flexibility might be reduced. System 1. In dual process theory, this is the faster, more intuitive, and evolutionarily more primitive system. System 2. In dual process theory, this is the slower, more deliberative, and evolutionarily more recent system.